about comparing lifestyles. And so I think there are real questions where like Instagram.
That's what Instagram's about.
Think hard about
That's
their
what she
product,
just said.
or about like what is their product about. And I don't think those answers are immediately obvious. And that's why I believe we need to solve problems together and not alone, because collaborating with the public will give us better solutions.
So do you think Facebook was trying to mitigate the problem?
I think within the set
bullcrap.
of incentives that they were working within, they did the best they could. Unfortunately, those incentives are not sustainable and they are not acceptable in our society.
You think Facebook and other social media platforms ought to be required to report any harmful effects they have on young people?
One of the things that I found very interesting after the report in the Wall Street Journal on teen mental health was that a former executive at the company said Facebook needs to be able to have private research. And the part that I was offended by this was Facebook has had some of this research on the negative effects of Instagram on teenagers for years. I strongly support the idea that Facebook should have a year, maybe 18 months to have private research.
She just said Facebook's known about negative effects of Instagram on teenagers for years.
That's to do it. They shouldn't be allowed to keep secrets when people's lives are on the line.
So,
because to be clear, if they make $40 billion a year, they have the resources to solve these problems. They're choosing not to solve them.
Didn't that surprise you? They wouldn't put more effort into this?
No.
Because you know it's going to catch up with them eventually, right?
Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier to Senator Hickenlooper, right? Coming in and having oversight might actually make Facebook a more profitable company 5 or 10 years from now. Because toxicity, Facebook's own research shows they have something called an integrity holdout. These are people who don't get protections from integrity systems to see what happens to them. And those people who deal with a more toxic, painful version of Facebook use Facebook less. And so one could reason a kinder, friendlier, more collaborative Facebook might actually have more users 5 years from now. So it's in everyone's interest.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you think